I'm so glad to see so many people coming for this evening, Papa, and here I'd like to share a bit. Should parents wake up their children early morning so that they can attend school punctually or allow them to sleep till whatever time as they wish? As adults, no one is going to wake us up if we don't allow them. We don't have to train for the Olympic, but through our guru, our Lord Sai, and his teaching, we can train our mind and body and loved one too for the greatest marathon of life. To survive all challenges through any crisis, we emerge even stronger if we follow Swami. Yes, believe that miracles do happen. Today, Swami is known all over the world. He is able to inspire many who have no hope in life again. Yes, Swami can help anyone to change destiny. Ask and you shall not be denied.
Thank you very much, Brother Bai, for obliging us with a welcome speech. So, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. How is everyone today? I'm glad to see so many of you online. We have with us four very illustrious speakers. Could I have the slide? Yes. And we are very glad that we managed to have four of these brothers and sisters agreeing, despite their very busy schedule, to join us this evening. We know that it is very difficult for doctors to free themselves to be available today, but nonetheless, we have two doctors with us. We have a PhD doctor and a very busy brother, Brother Saravanan, who just came back from overseas. The first speaker, ladies first as usual. So we have Dr. Shamini Siva Vikraman. I hope I pronounced her name correctly. And sister has been with the Sai movement from her university days. And I got to know her when I came to Saramban Center, and she was actively participating in many programs, activities, meditation programs, as well as she's a guru with, I think, Group 4 for SSE in Saramban Center. So she is very busy in her work as head of department for the English Language Training Center under the Ministry of Education. But nonetheless, she's here with us today. She travels almost every week for her work, but she obliged us by staying back this Sunday. So over to you, Dr. Shamini.
Okay. Thank you for the intro. It's quite lengthy. And inviting me for this satsang. I must say that in my 31 years with Swami, this is my first time, and I'm only given 10 minutes, and I don't think this 31 years I can cover on Swami and how he was a guru or my Lord. In short, history of how it all started in this first slide of mine. I only have 3 slides. The 31 years, I've actually divided it into 3 different parts of my journey with Swami. The discovery of Sai was, I would say, started off with a group of youths from UTM, Skudai, during my degree days back in 1994. It all started with the Bhagavad Gita class conducted by our beloved brother Dr. Suresh Govin. I'm not sure if he's here with us today, but I should thank him and his wife. His wife would normally recite the Gita verses for us in Sanskrit, and Brother Suresh, knowing for his stand-up humor and witty, wise ways of translating everything, he would define the verses in the Gita at our level. We were all these youngsters, youths, so very brilliantly, and some of the visual impact is still in my, in my vision. It was a small auditorium where about 20 to 30 of us would gather, and we will really look forward for that weekly event with Brother Suresh. And that's where my turning point in life towards Gita and Ramayana and Swami began. From a non-Sai family background, none of us in the family know who is Sathya Sai Baba, but my grandmother had a small picture of him in her altar. So I started believing and following Swami, typically following everything that Swami would want to say, except I was never a vegetarian back then. Now I am. Then a few other brothers, mostly non-Sai families, started a bhajan session in a devotee's house then, Auntie Vanita. If you can see, some of the pictures here in this slide is actually in the Tamanyu Bhajan unit, Auntie Vanita and Uncle Mahindran's house. Probably Brother Saravanan, who will be talking after me later. He also would know these pictures, places, venues. And it all started in 1995. Now, 2025, it is one of the largest center with youths back then, is now a full-fledged center called a Tamanyu Sai Center. If I'm not mistaken, it's in Kulai. Some very, very prominent Sai organization role models I must mention today originated and contributed a lot to the center from the Tamanyu Bhajan unit. Is our very beloved Brother Parani. I'm not sure if he's here today. Brother Mahadev, Brother Simhadri, Brother Jaidev, who is in Australia now, I think. Brother Shantan, Brother Vishnu, who is in Sramban Center. Brother Aridash, Brother Nokaraju and his wife, Sister Tilla, Sister Vijayanti, Sister Gandhini, Brother Saravanan Kannan, Brother Mohan Ram, Sister Sajita from Klang, and our beloved late Brother Amepan. All who are still in some way huge or minute doing the seva we started back then, just following what Swami told us to do. We were guided closely by our late Uncle Dr. Ravi from JB Center, Brother Vimal, Brother Sashi, Auntie Viji, and many others from the JB and Larkin Center back then. Some of them are in these pictures that I've shared. I managed to gather all these pictures and share. In this year, the first batch or the 10 years of my life, these were some of the sevas that we were doing: bhajans, bhajan jamming session, Nagra Sankirtan, temple bhajans, house bhajans, EHV classes, camps, games, Narayana Seva, state level games and camps. And one of the most prominent program that we were all involved was the STAR program, student training in attitude and responsibility. We were one of the pioneers who came up with a module together with Brother Parani and his team. So in one word, he was the hidden strength within me to keep moving when things sometimes fell apart. Being a student back then, we had to balance ourselves. I think I didn't quite do well during my degree days, probably because I was focusing so much on Swami's work, and Swami was everything. My toughest journey were when I was completing my doctorate. The next slide, please. Yeah. This is the next part, the 2016 to 2019, the next stage of my life. When I was completing my doctorate studies, miraculously, those were the most challenging times with my 2 school-going daughters and me juggling the role as a father and mother and trying to complete my studies. It was Swami who planned everything for me, every day, every minute, every minute. I was given 3 years to actually complete my scholarship, to complete my research, but I completed my work in 2 years, 10 months. And I was awarded 2 very prestigious awards from the University of Kebangsaan, Malaysia, National University of Malaysia, for graduating within the 3 years. And I was also awarded a publication award by the UKM Education faculty. And what I was doing for Swami then. So even then, he never let me go. Even many times I thought that I would want to give up, give more space or time for myself. I formed a small group of well-wishers to actually fund me to buy storybooks for Tamil school libraries. So within that 3 years, I passionately tried my best to complete 6 schools with minimum about 1,500 ringgit worth of books for each school, contributed mainly by non-Sai devotees, trusting that I would do this service for good. I also did several charity runs because I'm very passionate about running, and I would purposely choose runs where the registration fee would go for a charity in some way or other, and then tell Swami that this is something that I can do for you, and spend my time running and just study. That was everything that I did, and see to my children, of course. So here, what I learned till today was daily at our own pace or capacity, just try to do one form of seva in his name and offer it just to him. That's it. No need to pump and pose or share, but just one that helps a needy or supports another project is good. Every kind deed is a form of growth and purification. I took this as my daily task, as my motto. Be simple and be very sincere in what we do for Swami. Next slide, Sister Donna. And this is the third part. Now, currently, what I am so excitedly involved in, despite what Sister Doreen said, I travel almost every week throughout Malaysia. And one thing that I try to do is wherever I go, I'll first check where there's bhajans. If it doesn't fall on my working days, I'll try to attend the bhajan as a normal devotee. And thankfully, managed to go into several centers throughout Malaysia when I'm working and I'm also traveling. And so the current Sai Me moments, mainly I'm involved in the meditation, National Meditation Team, Sai Magic and Silent Sessions. As a trainer, my Sai Magic is a beautiful program designed by our beloved brother Sabitan. I'm not sure if he's here. I must thank him, and I always call him my meditation guru. My journey into meditation started in 2024 when I first joined the Soham meditation under Brother James and team, and also Brother Sabitan's silent retreat. And the Sai Magic is a module to assist SEC children nationwide on basic meditation techniques. And by Swami's grace, from January to June, you can see some of the photographs here that I've shared. We have completed at least about 10 to 15 sessions nationwide with about 10 trainers under the guidance of Brother Sabitan and Sister Kavita. Also participate in the Soham meditation under Brother James. And this is my stepping stone into meditation, silencing my mind, and mindful cognitive-based therapy practitioner. And I also, on Fridays, I assist Dr. Kala with SSE Group 4 students under the mentorship of our beloved Auntie Chandrika. Not sure if she's here today. I must thank Auntie. I think she's a very well-known figure, soul to every one of us when it comes to SSE and children and our Balikas programs. So apparently the silent module is another module for the adults meditation, similarly assisting adults with meditation techniques and daily practices that guides us to be more mindful and connected to the self within. So if you are an adult, you please welcome to join us on Monday mornings and every alternate Saturdays for our silent sitting and Jyoti meditation sessions. Also our gratitude prayer practices. Apart from this, I'm also blessed to occasionally lead the Silent Saturdays and ongoing online chanting sessions and the online gratitude prayer sessions on Monday morning meditation sessions. Do join us. Apparently tomorrow I will be pairing with Brother Sabitan for the Monday morning meditation gratitude session too. Join us every Monday morning and you will see a beautiful difference in your life through Swami, just being within us, flourishing us, raising us with more goodness in our life. So this is how I see Swami as my Guru and my Lord. He never let me down. He never let me stop even if I wanted to, and always gave me a small portion role to continue serving at my own pace. My service to Swami has always been personal and very connected to myself. People who know me will understand this about me more. But as I said, my motto is always keeping it simple and very, very truthful towards Swami. I think that's all. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And please join us for our meditation sessions on Mondays. Sai Ram.
So our next speaker is a general practitioner by profession, a doctor. He's very busy, but he has taken time to be with us to prepare for this talk. And he is currently also with the Penang Center. Can I have the slide? Yeah. And from what I've seen and I've known about Dr. Ratna is that he is very dedicated, he's very committed to whatever he does. And I'm so glad that he's now also able to share with us his experiences with Swami. So over to you, Dr. Ratna.
Thank you very much, sister. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Om Sri Sai Ram. Today's topic, my Guru, my Lord Sai, is a good one. As we celebrated Guru Purnima recently on the 10th of July 2025. Gu means ignorance or darkness, and Ru means remove. So, Guru means remover of darkness or ignorance. It will be interesting to note that a large majority of the Hindus, especially the Tamilians, do not have a Guru. It is believed that the Guru will come searching for you at the right time, and that's what happened to me. My journey to God. It was in the year 1992. My wife came to know about Swami, and she used to take my three children. One was 11, the other 13, the other one 15, to the Penang Center. You know, at that time we had our Saturday bhajans in the Krishna Temple, Penang Road. And it was a relief for me because I used to come back late on the day after work from Balikpulau, and I usually come and pick them up. And later on, if I had an opportunity, I will leave them for some activities. It was a big relief because I will be left alone during the time, and I was happy about it. But one day, what happened was that my wife said, you see, they are going to do some Namavali. And they are requesting the couple to come and sit for the Namavali. I say, what is Namavali? He said, don't worry about all those things. She said, when you hear the word Namaha, all you have to do is to take one flower and put at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. That's all you have to do. So I don't know, I was just mechanically doing it. I was just hearing that mantras and all that. And I was sitting and doing the Namavali. And after the Namavali, what I did was, I came and sat in the front, say, one of these places in front of the altar, and this bhajans started. So there was a bhajans book, and I opened the page, and there, in the full page, in full bold letters, there were these words: "You cannot escape me." My reaction that time was, I was trying to talk to myself, what a mockery is this? I do not know who this person is. He is somewhere in India. And then how does he know that I cannot escape from him? You see, I was so very ignorant then. You see, like there were so many incidences, international incidences, like the assassination of JFK, where even if you put all the knowledge together, you can't find out who the assassin was. So with this sort of things, we cannot even find out who the person is. How is it that Baba is now saying you cannot escape from me. But whatever it is, I sat through the bhajans and I started having some liking for the whole thing, and then I started following. Now, thinking back, now I know it was a challenge to me. It looked as though Swami was saying to me, I am saying this, can you disprove it? That is the feeling, after 30 odd years in this organization. My answer to this after 30 years to Swami, I'll tell you, yes, Swami, I cannot escape from you. In fact, no one can escape from you, Swami. I don't want to escape from you. I will not attempt to escape from you, Swami. That is my answer now. The reason for saying this is evident as I elaborate what I have learned from him over the years. That is removal of ignorance. Number one, human birth is the rarest of all births. There is a purpose for this birth. God realization, attaining moksha, mukti, liberation, or immortality by breaking the chain of cycle of birth and death. It is not going to heaven or hell. What we usually think is that it is going to heaven or hell, but it is not that. It is breaking the cycle of birth and death. We are born to burn away our karma, the very reason for our births, not to seek happiness and joy. There are two parallel worlds, the outer Maya, external world, and the inner spiritual world. Nature is it is full of duality. The outer world is, in reality, the outer world is full of duality. It is impermanent, temporary, and it is a source of pain, worry, agitation, and unhappiness. The other thing is that your true nature is Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, and Ahimsa. Your mind is polluted by the worldly desires. Hence, you have the bad qualities of Kama, Krodha, Moksha, Mada, Matsarya. Mind is the cause for bondage or liberation. Mind is a complex entity consisting of manas. There's a mind, buddhi, the intellect, chitta, the memory, and the ahamkara, or the ego. First step is to have faith in God and his teachings To realize God, you must find out who you are. You are not the body, you are not the mind, but you are the Atman. The Atma in you is nothing but divinity, which never dies, unaffected by anything. You have come from God and you must go back to God. Whatever that is created must die. Mergence with God results in immortality. God's nature is love, so you must love him and all his creations. To get closer to him, you must see divinity in everything you see or you don't see. Only then you will experience your love expanding and all the good nature of man will manifest. You will engage in selfless service of mankind through the expansion of selfless love. God does not punish you, but your actions, yes. Trotting the path of spirituality does not promise you that you will not suffer, but will let you firmly strengthen your faith and belief in your goal by increasing your Atma Balam. You will not be affected by the dualities and you will maintain equanimity. The Atma Balam arises from the divinity within you, your self-confidence. Your salvation depends on your own efforts. and you will realize you have traveled from the small letter I to the capital letter I. Not even an atom moves without the will of God. So, while carrying out your duties, you must never feel that you are the doer, but God is. It is His plan, it is His drama, it is His script. We are only just His instruments. Best way to go about is to divinize your words, actions, thoughts, character, and heart. That is your watch. Through namasmarana, that is repetition of Lord's name constantly, it is futile to deny that God will not know anything of your watch because He is resident in you. And here is the answer to Swami's challenge to me. So He knows everything. He knows my thoughts. He has also said, I know your past, I know your present, I know your future also. Total surrender to Him without expecting the fruits of your actions is the best solution. Even your desire for the goal in life will disappear, and the attachment for the desire too will disappear through total surrender. That means your goal you set for to attain mokshality, to attain immortality will disappear in time to come if you totally surrender to Swami Himself. Everything that needs to be known to cross the sea of samsara has been told by Swami for happiness and peace here and hereafter. Purification of yourself with pristine character and expansion of love are essential offerings worthy to attain His grace and emergence. Our role in the organization is actually secondary. A privilege and honor to get closer to our Guru, who is God, Father and Mother, our beloved Bhagavan Swami. What we must not forget is our goal in life for which we must work very hard. In summary, have no fear in life. Your Guru or God is the real anchor. Keep the name and form in your mind always. Dedicate everything you do to Him through constant namasmarana. Nama or Nama Japam. Everything is summarized in the following bhajans. You see, the Guru actually will give you a mantra. And Swami has already given us an open secret mantra that is Om Sai Ram. So the bhajans goes like this. Nama Japam Sai Nama Japam Nama Japam Sai Nama Japam. Fear can be overcome with Sai Japam. Fear can be overcome with Sai Japam. Nama Japam Sai Nama Japam. Om Sai Ram is a sacred mantra. Om Sai Ram is a sacred mantra. The ocean of life can be crossed with this yantra. The ocean of life can be crossed with this yantra. Think of Baba while reciting this mantra. Think of Baba while reciting this mantra. Be thrilled with devotion and attain liberation. Be thrilled with devotion and attain liberation. Nama Japam Sai Nama Japam. Om Sai Ram. Om Sai Ram. Om Sri Sai Ram. Om Sai Ram. Om Sai Ram. Om Sri Sai Ram. Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram, Om Sri Sai Ram. Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram, Om Sri Sai Ram. So you don't require any mantra. This is our mantra. And then you don't have to have fear. You go about doing any sort of your work, divinize your work with this Namasmarana, and everything will be taken care of. So that is my presentation today. And I hope the most important thing, when we are born, we are not told by our children, our parents, that this life is a precious one. You see, and what is our goal in our life? So if we can instill this, the very essential part of our birth here, into the children, definitely they will realize what is their goal in life, not the worldly things, but to reach God Himself. So with that, thank you very much. Om Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, thank you, brother. I didn't know that you can compose song and sing so well. That was lovely. So through these satsangs, we are discovering a lot of things about our devotees, some hidden secrets here and there, which only Swami knows and now revealed to us. Thank you so much, Dr. Ratna.
Thank you, Sister Sai Ram.
Thank you. Now we come to our third speaker. Our third speaker was actually introduced by through his son, who was then 3 years old, to Swami. Through his son, they got to know Swami. So he and his wife, Dr. Lee Soju, both of them are very active in Ipoh now. Dr. Started with the Kota Baru Sai Center. He has been involved with many activities. And I know that Dr. is a very busy person because he's a heart specialist. And anytime he can be called. So we are very glad that he is able to be with us. Thanks to Swami, Dr. is able to join us today. Over to you, Dr.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Good evening to all uncles and aunties, brothers and sisters, fellow speakers for the lovely satsang. Many thanks to Sister Doreen and team for inviting me to share some of my experiences and journey with Sai as my Lord and Guru. Now for me, even as a doctor last time, I actually didn't do much seva outside the hospital. And I would stay at home after work, play video games with my children, and then see movies. So the calling cards actually came on the year 2009 through my brother and then the 3-year-old son. And I think it's a lengthy, beautiful miracle. And I can actually see the link for more information on the calling cards. So from the calling cards, I have to acknowledge that Swami is the avatar. And what was interesting with Swami is that he has a very heavy emphasis on seva. From his slogans, love all, serve all, hands that help are holier than lips that pray, seva is the shortest way to moksha, and seva is the best form of sadhana. So I was also at that time looking up into a lot of the massive seva that our beloved Bhagavan had done, the massive water projects, the super specialty hospital, and the grandma seva. And we all know that all our brothers and sisters in Malaysia and also around the world are actually doing so much more seva for Swami. But please do let me share my own humble journey. So I was actually introduced to Kota Baru Sai Center in the year 2009. And at that time, the Sai Center was led by Brother JR and the cell team by Brother Dr. Murali, Brother Siva, Brother Tiago, Dr. Mumedi, and we had strong support from the Wanita wing by Sister Aruna, Sister Fang, Matron Barati, Sister Lakshmi, and Sister Ai. And I would have to say that the pillar and backbone of all centers would be the youth support. Okay. And we actually were very blessed by Swami to have a very powerful youth support led by Brother Dr. Lingish. Then his now wife, Sister Dr. Kasturi, Brother Dr. Wei Ming, Sister Dr. Yoshini, who has become a bright spot in the northern area, who has actually been doing a lot of seva and medical camps, and also Sister Dr. Dashini and team. And none of these activities also would not have been possible if we didn't have very strong local support from the NGO RAF team led by Brother Tan, Sister Fuiling, and Brother Yu, and among their members. And the beautiful part of our Seva is that it was usually joined by the Kuala Terengganu Sai Center led by Brother Bobby and Brother Teo, where they would take early morning, I think almost 1 to 2 hours drive, depends on how fast you drive, to come to join us for the camps. And because of this dynamic team, we actually carried out lots of several programs, including blood donations, mega specialist medical camps, home building, beach cleaning, and flood relief. And I would like to note that despite our heavy activities between the weekly bhajans and also these center activities for the Seva, our late Uncle Kim and Uncle Paul always made a point to join our activities. And at that time, as a young devotee, I was just surprised that these elderly in their late 60s, 70s were having so much strength and so much, what do you call, determination to come to support the event. And like I always say, it's all a team effort to make the Seva enjoyable and successful, and it is never a solo work. So one of the many highlights that I would like to share was actually during the massive flood in Kelantan in 2014 and 2015. And this was actually one of the worst floods in the history of the state of Kelantan because 80% of the state was submerged in flood. You can actually Google back the pictures in the internet to look at how bad the flood was that time. And that time it was also extra bad because of the massive scale of the flood, all the roads were actually submerged, and even the airport was also flooded. So we in the town area, in the state of Kelantan, we cannot get food supplies coming in. Because like most other places, that place is flooded, you can get flood supplies coming from other nearby states. But at that time, nothing was able to come in because all the roads were actually flooded and air support was also not there. So we were very blessed at that time. I think the Central Council activated Sairam East Coast. I think when we hear about this Sairam East Coast, I would say all the brothers and sisters that were involved up to now, this day, they still relive back the beautiful memories of working together. So the East Coast team was led by our brother Tangaraj. He's now the current Pahang State Coordinator and was joined by the Central Council youth by Brother Ragan, Brother Dr. Sathya Sai, Brother Sunil, and Brother Roy. And there were a few phases over there during the flood, and I actually joined them during the second phase, and I was actually genuinely blown away by how much dedication they showed and how much love they actually displayed during the Seva. When you look at them, you can see Swami in action. Okay, so you can see over here, this is the phase of the in Kelantan, where you can see there are some pictures I would like to share. We actually gathered all the house essential items packed up, and then we actually drove down to distribute the food and clothes for 85 flood-stricken families. And you can see over we went even house to house to deliver goods, and you can actually see over there the victims. They were actually so happy to see us coming in, because at that time they did not have any supplies coming to them, and they were actually starving. Yeah, and especially the children, we actually supplied milk to them. And this is what Swami always says, this is the Seva of need, which is actually the most beautiful form of Seva. Okay, next slide. So you can see along with the RAF members, you see the RAF members, they are very outgoing, and their love for Seva is actually very remarkable. And they also have four-wheel drives, because without the four-wheel drives, we cannot actually access the mud area. You can see because the mud area, the roads are actually so muddy, and normal cars cannot go through properly. I can see over, I think there's Brother Tan, Brother Yu on the back of the four-wheel drive, and we actually distributed this. And you can see this is one of the areas we pass through, and it's very disheartening to see that almost I think all of their belongings were actually damaged during the flood. You can see all the people were putting out all their furnitures and kitchenware, all was actually damaged on the flood, because the flood waters actually rise above their roof. Okay. And you can see over here, the first thing is, of course, they need to start cooking. So we distributed stoves to the Kuala Krai Town area. You can see over here, the one in the blue color side t-shirt is our brother, Dr. Murali. And then our chairman, brother JR, Anandam on the lower picture, also handling up the goods to the victims. Next. All right. So again, emphasis being raining. So we also make sure to let the victims have good curry powder distribution. And you can see over there on the picture also, the brother Dr. Mali and his wife Sarana were actually doing the personal delivery of the essential items and stove at Pasir Pekan, Kota Baru, another place that was actually hurt very badly by the flood areas. And I think our distribution to the victims was actually mainly the Malay population, because being majority state where Malays are actually staying there. Okay, next. So you can see this is the next phase of flood where we were actually, this one was together with the Central Council, the Youth Wing. That time with brother, like mentioned, brother Ragan, brother Dr. Sathya Sai, brother Sunil Baroy. You can see this time when we came for the flood relief, it was still, I think, a bit dangerous, because you can see the river is still very swollen and the waters were actually moving quite fast. And but then the problem is the children and the families over there, they also again cut off, and the only way you can access the area is through boat. So I think we chanted the Gayatri mantra. We prayed to Swami to bless us, and thankfully we were all able to make the journey across. So you can see our side there offloading the essential items and school items on the boats. Next. Okay, and then we arrived at the place which called Kampung Pasir Kalang, which is a Ladang Taku estate, accessible only through the river. And you can see over here our brother Dr. Sathya Sai, brother Tiago, and then brother Tangaraj. Systematically, we are actually putting up all the school items, and then actually getting the children to come over. They earlier had went in when the first phase was there, when they saw the villagers, victims, and then they actually took down all the sizes of the uniform, and then they brought back to them as promised. Next. So you can see over here the photo shoot. You can see Brother Ragan over there with the rest, Brother Tangaraj, Brother Dr. Sathya Sai Rao, Brother Tiago, and then together with the school children. And you can see they are so happy because, again, like I said, all their essential items, school, everything was actually destroyed by the flood. And that time, it was actually nearing December and January, where school is going to reopen again. Okay, next. And then we had another flood relief phase, because this time after we delivered items, we were actually informed that a lot of the children and the adults were sick because they were not able to access medical care. And then they actually appealed to us to have a medical camp. And so this time, again, the medical camp was joined by our RAF team. And you can see this time was also joined by our special guest, brother Dr. Pani, who was the previous Kedah Youth State Coordinator. He was actually doing his master's in USM in Kelantan, and again, with the need of Seva, he joined us, and then we boarded the ferry, which was actually repaired post-flood. Next. Okay, much safer now we are at the ferry. So you can see over here, we actually went to one center, and we saw the flood victims together with the children and then the elderly, and then we administered some basic medicine to them, and also we did health screening for them also. Next. And you can see also we also had to go to some of the houses whereby the elderly, they were not able to come to seek medical attention, and then we actually did the screening for them, and so the basic health checkup. Okay, so I would can we go back to the previous slide? So I would like to share that as we do Swami Seva, we are actually rewarded a lot. And it was during one of these flood relief phases that we went that I actually managed to feel Swami's presence. That time, we were standing on one of the hill area and overlooking the flood, what the flood did to the surroundings. And at that time, I could actually feel a very powerful presence beside me. And the presence was actually emanating with love energy. And you can actually feel bhakti coming from it. And my contact with Swami actually was actually through miracles and dreams, because I did not have the chance to see Swami in the physical form. But there was the same feeling that I get when I see Swami in the dreams. And the same time, when we felt that beautiful presence was also shared by Brother Dr. Murali when we actually talked about in the center, when he asked, hey, that time I felt something strange. Then I talked and shared the moment, and saying he said he also shared the same thing. So I think that's where sometimes when, most of the times when we do Swami's work, he's there and he blesses us. And you can feel his presence very strongly. So another highlight of the Sevas that we did was, next slide, organizing the State Inter-Varsity Youth Leadership Camp. This was spearheaded by our brother Dr. Lengish and his youth team, and it was supported by Professor Dr. Suresh and the Council Youth. And if not mistaken, this is a time where they actually introduced the DARTS program, and it was actually a state-level program where the Jabatan Pendidikan Kelantan was actually involved, and we had involvement by the major universities and polytechnic in the Kelantan state. About more than 600 students attended and benefited, and I hope that lives will actually transform from the camp. And you can see for the next picture. Next. You can see from the final shot, if you look clearly at the picture, you can actually see that there are a lot of miracle spiritual ops in the picture. And this is usually we see when we have activities with Swami, that you see a lot of these spiritual ops. This is just to tell us that when we do our seva with Swami as the guide and the planner, he is always there to show his presence to us. You can see a lot of spiritual ops on the picture there if you zoom in. So having said that, even though seva is done to help others, the true person being helped is actually ourselves, and the way we transform along the way. For the past 16 years, doing and planning seva is tough, and at sometimes it seems impossible. But Swami is always with us and guiding us. I learned to always give first, and we will receive much, much more directly and indirectly. And always remember about the spiritual bank, where all our good deeds are safe to be used in the times of dire need. Through seva, we show the legacy of our beloved Swami's divine mission, and hope is a beacon of light to help transform the world. Fast forward, now I am very honored to be our National Medical Coordinator, whereby we can actually help support and inspire more devotees to do more seva and undergo self-transformation. Lastly, I would say none of this is possible without the grace of Swami and my mother, who cares for our family while both Sister Dr. Lee and me go out for seva. So with that, I would like to close my part of this satsang.
Thank you.
Okay, Sairam.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ng. Yes, it's
Thank
true.
you.
Swami is always there, and he never forgets us, and he knows what to give us at the right time and at the right place. Yeah. And you mentioned about Gayatri chanting. Yes, the Gayatri mantra is so very powerful, which all of us must chant every day if we can. Why not? 3 times a day, 6 times, 9 times. Yeah. And it has helped me for the last 25 years, Gayatri chanting. So thank you very much, Dr. Ng, for your great sharing. Now I know what, the seva that you have been doing has really helped a lot of people and reach out to so many people. So with that, thank you very much. Now we proceed to our next speaker. Now our next speaker, he has a very interesting background, and but his other half, I got to know her first. His other half is none other than Sister Mei Ling. And Sister Mei Ling is very active in the Ravang Center. Now, finally, I got to know her husband, who is always behind the scene, but now he's the man who is in charge of so many things in the center, as well as he's a center chairman, as well as a deputy state coordinator. And also, he is also a national service coordinator. And he's so active with youth. Why? Because he's really, really unbelievable. When I got to know that he has climbed to base camp of Mount Everest, I thought this is just amazing. We must get him because he has climbed so many hills and mountains. He has climbed Gunung Tahan, Mount Kinabalu, and also the base camp to Mount Everest. So I'm very excited to have him here because I want to know what he did and how he did it, because even climbing Gasing Hill is a problem for me. So over to you, brother.
Thank you, Sister Doreen. Sairam, everyone. Greeting to Swami. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Can
Yeah.
hear.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, everyone, again, Sairam. That's very modest of you to introduce me as such. I'm a very small person, Sister Doreen, right? And yeah, okay. Let me start. Just want to share. Let me start how I encountered Swami, right? It goes a brief introduction of myself, right? It goes, yes, as shown in the screen. I was a center chairman, probably the youngest center chairman at my time. I was center chairman when I was 27 of Rawang Center. And yes, deputy state coordinator for Selangor, together with late Uncle Nakiran, right? And national service coordinator for blood donation in Brothers Billy's time. State youth coordinator as well, right? At some point of time. All this the position held at in the past, right? Okay, how I got to know Swami, right? It's about 1985, I believe, around 40 years back, when I do not know anything. I just follow what your parents say and ask you to do. Father bought a photo of Swami, which is we still have it at our home, my parents' place, right? And yeah, as I said, we just follow what parents say. So the photo is in our altar, and Swami's hand is always like this. For me, at that time, it was a hi bye Swami. Okay, just hi and bye. So for many years, until went to university, where I was introduced a bit of bhajans with my roommate, late brother Suresh from Rawang, right? Fast forward again to about Skudai Center, Skudai Taman New Bajin Unit. Happy to see my photo in Dr. Shamni's slide. Thank you, Dr. Shamni. Right, there I was introduced to bhajans, and most importantly, Seva. Seva was that's my front-facing to Swami. Right? Was introduced to by Brother Simadri. Most of you would know Brother Simadri, which is still very active in Grama Seva. And from there, I was introduced to blood donation, which is I was very fond to donate blood. And eventually became a state national coordinator for blood donation, and goes on, right? Just touching to blood donation, I'm those who are in central region, right, probably have seen me in every blood donation at Taipusa. Just want to share a small practice that I do. which successfully have imparted the knowledge and interest to donate blood. To make a point, how do I practice? In a year, I try to donate 3 times or every 4 months once, as recommended. Thaipusam, yes, right? Next will be on my birthday. So which I would dedicate the donation to Swami, of course, and make a point to donate on the birthday. And then the third one will be on Swami's birthday. So we used to organize blood donation back in Rawang Center on every Swami's birthday. So that's the cycle. So if you guys, you are keen to donate blood and always forget to donate blood, which will most likely not intended, but will happen. So make it a point. Choose your birthday. Birthday, you will never forget your birthday, right? So you will donate the blood. On top of that, why I'm choosing my birthday? Because I share the same birthday with my eldest son. So that's also inspired me to donate on that day as a special day. Moving forward, okay. In this session, I like to share 2 slides. 2 slides. One, how Swami saved me, right? Yeah, this slide. 2023 car accident, right? So my elder son, Meling, was carrying him that period of time. This car actually is my side car. I was working and I was given this car. It's a Suzuki Jimny 4-wheel drive. And normally I don't use this car for my personal use, but that particular day, that period of time, on the day, we had council organized teachers convention in PJ. So right after the work, straight dash to the PJ hall, helped out on the preparation, everything, right? Then came back. We were living in Batuarang. Batuarang is Pekan with a winding road, dark road, no cars goes by. So after all the work finished at night, after midnight, dropped off Simatri in Rawang, and I was driving back alone. And just for information, this car is quite an old car, and the seat belt never worked. When you clicked in, it will pop up. Click in, it will pop up. So we'll try to replace that by many mechanic couldn't get parts. It's an old car, so yeah. So even though you just keep the belt, it will be there, but when you move a bit, it will pop up. Driving back around 2 a.m., winding road, pitch dark, I dozed off. The car hit the curb. It went around, and surprisingly, I still vividly can see, like in the movies, that when the car goes around, there'll be a camera showing all the items in the car is flying around, floating around, right? So I saw that. All the items, the coins, my phone, everything just going around, floating around. I went turtle, then landed again on the side of the road. Surprisingly, the belt did not pop up. Why? Not most likely. I was held by Swami to the seat. Why I'm saying this? As you can see the photo, this photo is already on the next day after it has been repaired a bit on the roof. The roof went down, the front screen not there, the door all hancur lah, all torn apart. And because Swami is holding me, I did not have a scratch on that night. Right? Went back home. Got the help from Sima, asked me to send back home, park the car aside, went back home. And I didn't tell anyone. Just went back home, slept. I took a bath, slept. The next day is the convention. So Mei-Ling, she didn't know. She didn't see my car. She didn't notice the car was not there. She left early in the morning, went to the convention. And everybody start asking, how am I? She was shocked. And then she got to know later of the day. Right? So that's this incident really is one kind of incident for me, right? Okay. Next, as Sister Doreen was saying, I was used to climb and here and there. Yeah. So reflection. So if you can see on the far left, that's me and Meling, 1995, nearly 30 years back on peak of Gunung Tahan. Before got to know Swami in full fledged, right? So it started very early, right? Ever since then, has been hiking, going up, coming downhill, many hills, many mountains in country as well as well, I was away in Switzerland, many mountains, right? Why I like to share this is in every hike, my goal is to bring my boys. The middle photo is Kirtan. He's 13 now. He did it when he was 12. The last photo on the right-hand side is Gunung Tahan. That's my eldest boy. He has done Tahan as well, Kinabalu as well. This photo is 2 weeks back. So just like to thank Swami to have given me the strength, the determination from 1995 up to today, right? To see myself in 30 years at the same location on my photo, left photo and to the right photo. The best experience I would like to say is, as Sister Doreen said, EBC. EBC is Everest Base Camp. All right. Next slide, please. Yeah. So Everest Base Camp is the base camp of Everest. If you notice here, I'm holding up a photo, right? That's my family photo. The whole family, my siblings, my parents, everyone. There are around 15 to 18 people in the photo. I just brought it. It was a surprise for them. I just brought it, took this photo and showed that back to them, right? What I want to share here is sometimes when you achieve or do something that others are unable to do it, they gets the energy through that action. Why I say, when I told auntie, elderly auntie, my classmate's mother, when I came back after coming back, he was holding my hand. She was holding my hand, say, "Thank you so much for being there." I mean, base camp, because Everest is being Lord Shiva's home. You have been there. You are blessed. I'm getting the blessings through you. I was shocked. I was shocked at that moment. To my surprise, today morning, I met another brother, right? Even though the base game was on 2023, I didn't see him for some time. He came back, held my hand. I saw your updates. You were going to Everest, right? She was home. How was it? I told him, brother, that was 2 years back, right? He said, yeah, but you went there, right? Thank you for being there. God bless, right? So I'm happy to share this journey while being abroad, achieving something, and getting others inspired. Right? There are many more stories, but time is limited. Let's catch up individually or in other sessions. Thank you, Sister Dori. Thank you, team.
Sairam.
Sairam.
Yes, we must have other sessions together with you and all the other speakers as well. Thank you, really, for sharing about your accident as well. I can relate to what you shared, that you can walk out of the wreck without any scratches, and you can just go back and sleep without telling your family, your wife. It's without telling Sister Mary. So it's just incredible how Swami protects his devotees. So with that, we come towards the end of our sharing session, but please stay on, everyone, because we have with us later our president, Brother Sugu, who will share some interesting news with us. So I really thank each and every one of our speakers, Brother Saravanan, Dr. Shamini, Dr. Ratnavelu, and Dr. Ng, for your frank and for your sharing of what you have done over the years through the guidance of Swami, with the guidance of Swami. Thank you very much. And personally, I feel so happy that we are able to do this. We know that Guru Purnima is over, but everyone was busy on that day, so we have to hold this a bit later so that we can gather all devotees together, north, south, east, and west, and also from a few other countries together.
Moving on is the closing speech. Brother Sukumaran has been a devoted Sai follower for many years, a steadfast pillar of the Sai organization. He has served with unwavering dedication and discipline across various capacities. He currently serves as the president of SSIOM. We now humbly invite Brother Sukumaran to deliver the closing address. Over to you, Brother Sugu.
Sairam, my humble pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. Hope all can hear. Thank you to all the speakers and also Sister Doreen, Shamini, Dr. Ratnavelu, Brother Saravanan, and Dr. Ng Senglong. I just took a few points there and here of all the speakers. Number one, we start with Shamini, who started today about her journey and still been active in things Ramban, right? And in meditation and other things. Dr. Ratnavelu was the former state coordinator, and he said, at the two points he made up, he said, "You cannot escape from me." And he touched on Namasmarana. Dr. Ng, now currently the National Medical Coordinator and also a council member just in the last AGM. He spoke a lot about that East Coast. Yeah, I still remember I was the service VP at that time, working from Puchong, sending all the youth up to Kuala Karai. And later I went to Kuala Karai very much later to, we wanted to do another project which didn't happen. With Brother Suresh was telling the FGIS and all that. Thank you, Dr. Ng. But you see, like Dr. Ng said about one point which caught my ear was that we saw all these elders working very energetically. Maybe they are 60 plus, 70 plus. So you see how if we are the elders, we are the older people for the younger, all those group, how we behave. And he also talked about, though he has not seen Swami, he sees Swami in Seva. Take note of that. But Sarah, I hope after this, Sarah also will play more important role in either Selangor Wilaya role or at the national level. I know he's been traveling a bit. He was, I know from the 2000 something, I've seen him in the blood donation and whatnot. So I hope all of you all have done very well. Yeah, I just end with something which Swami expects from all the volunteers, including myself. This is from the chapter 33 of Sathya Sai Speaks, Volume 8. There are 4 questions Swami asked. You must ask, he said, why have I been selected as a volunteer? So he's talking to all the leaders of the council or in India at the time. So that was done in 1968. Why have I been selected as a volunteer? Number 2, what have I to do? And then number 3, for what immediate purpose? And number 4, what is the ultimate goal? See, these few things we have to ask ourselves every day to become an effective and useful volunteer for Sai. And Baba says in the same chapter, he says you need to know the answer to 2 questions only. Who is Baba? Who am I? And he also gives the answer. That's the best part. And the answer is, I am the reflected image of Baba. Baba is the original of which I am the reflection. That is the relationship. That is the bond, whether you know it or not. Whether the image is distorted or correct, it doesn't matter. So you just have to answer this question. Bhakta, we as a Bhakta, if we consider ourselves a disciple of Swami, we only have one vow, that is to save ourselves. The Lord can have many vows, but we have one vow. With these few words, I thank Sister Doreen. I leave you all with all these questions and to contemplate. And thank all those who have shared. And I hope all these four people will continue to, I mean, they will definitely serve Sai and also play a more important role in the organization. Thank you, Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Brother Sugu, for your remarkable closing speech. Brothers and sisters, we've come to the end of our satsang. Hope all of you enjoyed listening to the speakers who shared their valuable experiences. At this junction, we would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to those who worked hard behind the curtain. Thank you, Brother Bilifo, Brother Nagin, Sister Shirley, and Sister Sushila Nair. Thank you once again to all those who attended today's satsang. Sai Ram, and good night.